workspace. Not this one. The same here.
The same.
The same. Yeah. And just not them familiar with the workspace environment. No.
Oh, the new one you just said.
Yes. Choose it. First one. Choose it again. Yes. Extension. You are here. Here. Is that also right? No. I want the. How about our beer have a backup file? Beer 是个 Excel file 是一个相关 statistica。Click on the workspace to open file. This open file.
No, this one.
Oh, really? You have better. Yes. And open your workspace. The first one.单独的一个data file，我们这个单独的data file。啊，对啊，那就转成那个，you can transfer。Yes. Yeah. The first one. Yes, and second one. Same. Yes. It's a chip. Yes. Yes. No matter what, you can save as a single data sheet and open it. Try it. You can save your original or transfer your Excel file as testing and A student as your learning. So you can choose this file is your testing, this file is your learning, okay? Learning and testing example. Do you remember in our big data for neural network, we want to make sure our prediction rate, right? Our classification metric we build up our model by learning data sample size. Always 70 or 80% is our learning model, learning data file. 我们用70%-80%的资料来建模 and then use our testing data file. So this kind of icon is BER, B-E-R 1208. Real workspace. Doesn't matter. Some weeks later, you familiar this icon. So, oh, you see, this is the workspace. So you don't need to name it the real workspace. The real.
So now, after we consider all of this, now we came to our clusters. Okay? Remember earlier we said the graph that we saw, they allow us physically to already see 4 different clusters being formed. Now, we presented the coordinates of the center, okay, of each cluster and the number of cases within each cluster. For example, cluster 1 had 9 countries, 16 countries. Cluster 2, 8 countries from cluster 3, and 11 in cluster 4. And you are able to see the characteristics of each cluster. Like, for example, cluster 1, they have a very good PC1, okay? And they are good at ICT. PC2, they have a fair PC1, and their PC2 is below average. PC1 is below average for cluster 3, and they have a low PC2. And PC4, they have a very low PC1, but they are good at PC2. So this allows you to discuss. Now, here's how we name our clusters. Cluster 1 was named Undisputed Leaders because they are overachieving in everything, if I may say. Cluster 2, they were considered average performers because their PC1 was fair, maybe around average, and their PC2 was below average. Underachievers, probably countries that could have achieved a lot, but actually they have a low PC2 and PC1 is just below average. And critical improvement are countries that require everything to be improved because everything was too low. And
so you have better integrate your class analysis result into a table. It's convenient for you to discuss about it. Okay? That's what you need to do. And you feel very similar to this figure? Right? This figure, right? After clustering, you have a lot about it.
by the way, we use k-means for this, okay? Just so you know. We didn't use EM, we use k-means. Okay, and now we presented the plot of mean of each cluster, okay? Based on PC1 and PC2, okay? Critical improvement, as you may see, as we discussed in the previous table, and as you may see, PC1 is very low, PC2 is above average, okay? Around average here. And average performers, they are around average in everything, around average. Underachievers, you see, they have a good PC1, but their PC2 is quite low. And undisputed leaders, they are achieving well in both PC1 and PC2. And that requires you to mention the component of PC1 and PC2. Okay? Now, we put the name of all the countries that belong in the clusters and we presented an overall
Cluster center, okay? Cluster center. And the circle, large or small, based on how many members in there, okay?
Yeah. So, you can see a representation into a two-dimension space shows you where the average performers fall. They could be good, but they also could be worse. So they are just around average. The critical improvement. Somebody might see this figure and say, oh, but they are above zero. Actually, no. This is your zero. So they are in the negative part of your figures anyway. And underachievers, definitely negative in everything. Negative here, negative here. Alright? And undisputed leaders, because we know in a two-dimension space, this part is positive, positive, right? Because we have zero here. How about here?
Negative, negative.
Positive, negative. Here is negative, negative. Positive, negative, negative. I mean, so this one is negative, positive, and positive, negative. So, yes?
This is a dimension, this is the dimension 1,
Yeah.
this dimension 2. You base on this one variable 2, 3, 4, and 5, or you just want to base on the handling to class all these 22 brand of car. What is your study purpose? Tell me again, right? 你的研究目的是什么？ What is your study purpose? What do you want to know? This afternoon, our topic is about what? Our topic is about clustering. So you don't need to do this. You can base on some variable. You can base on some variable. Okay? You can base on some variable to clustering, right? And then what do you want to compare? You want to compare the price, right? Okay? And how many clusters you want to do? How many clusters? How many groups? You want to divide it into how many groups? Right? This is our study purpose. Cluster. Right? You want to divide it into how many clusters? And what you want to compare? Okay? And clustering, use the join tree. Yes, came in because they are numerical data and the data already being standardized, right? 这些资料是被标准化的。Now we base on our 加速度 breaking, handling, 操作性跟 mileage. Maybe you can just choose 3 variable or 2 variable. Up to you.
Which one you want to choose?
2 to 5. Yes. You want to class name or up to you. Any student from engineering or vehicle department? 我们有测量系的吗？ Maybe you can base on isolation, braking, handling, or mileage. Or you suppose they are very similar or they are different, independent.
Which can you use?
Yes, 2 to 5 to class it. You choose 4 variable. You choose the 4 variable you want to cluster into how many group, right? So, how can you describe? Based on your professional knowledge, right? Yes. Suppose this 4 variable is in your predictor. You already designed well before you do the study, right? But big data is no way. Maybe you have 40 variables, okay? But you didn't know which one will be in the case. You want to base on single linkage. 单一连接网。
Joining.
Complete, you can try the complete linkage and the relative distance. Okay, just choose okay. And you can find the horizontal or vertical plot. Okay, tell me how many group you want to class name will be appropriate.
4.
4. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just come here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Or 1, 2, 3. But Eco and Isuzu is very special, very special. Just one car is one group.
Yeah. Ego.
Okay? So this way you will be think about, maybe you want to change your linkage weight. 这样的 complete linkage is not good to calculate the distance. Okay? Please go out to change your distance. Linkage weight. Okay? Thanks. Yes, you can change as watt or square of radian distance. Watt. Last one. And yes, square of it, radian distance. Okay, okay. It's okay. You check the tree.
Which distance?
That should be a little better, right? Isuzu and Eagle could be in the same group. You can change your linkage weight, okay? How far from your heart to your rubber? You can by your hand or by your heart distance. Okay? You can change the distance definition. So 1, 2, 3, 4, or 3 group. 1, 2, 3. But you see, if you decide the full group, Isuzu and Eagle, even one member in the class,
You take distance
right?
meters.
So how many groups?
So that's
Linkage distance.
Yes.
a little predictable. 如果你这样子分类不好的话，你要改变你们的具体的量测的方式。Okay? Yes. This way, I use the 1 minus Pearson correlation. I use this to define our distance. I use the 1 minus Pearson correlation. Okay? How similar you are, the reverse. Okay? You can change your linkage basically and the distance. And when you discuss this, 3 cluster will be better.
What I had
To be better.
But
Okay?
square the distance.
You know what I mean? Yeah, you can define how far from me to Kiara. My left hand to your right hand, right? Okay, my heart to your heart. Okay, my right hand to his right hand. This is about their linkage weight. This is about their distance measure. Distance measure. This is the percent of disagreement.
How to change this
City graph. This is a new, different way of defining their distance. Manhattan or city graph. And if you define this way, you can check about their.
Using the same thing with him. Now he used.
And you can choose the scale tree with this to check about the horizontal way. Horizontal way. What? 3 cluster. Okay, and you try to set it, and you can move this. Define how you define the distance among these 3 clusters, right? And they will set for you, right? They will set, just set. And you see, what kind of brand they belong to what? Choose all available again? Yes. All available, yes. From 1 to 5, yes. And they will set the cluster number, what you belonging. And then you can set this, continue to do the ANOVA, compare what? Compare the price. Which group, cluster, the member, they are higher, okay, or go to the K-mean. Cancel it out, and go back to K-means. because you already decide the same, choose the 2 to 5, 0 2 to 0 5, and k is equal to 3, right? Case, advance. Yes, in advance, you can make sure how many cluster, right? K is 3. Yeah, you can see the cluster mean center to center. Next, advance. ANOVA. Okay, so you see, based on ANOVA, all of these are significant. 0.0, 0.09. It's not significant, right?
Yeah.
Yes. So you see, mileage is not easy per gallon gas. How far you can drive? It's not a significant variable to clustering these 22 brand of car. But how about the other? Oh, acceleration, braking, handling will be good. Okay? So when you stop here, you can go back to just choose the 3 variable to do the clustering will be better. Forget the mileage. Okay? Or you want to continue, doesn't matter, you can show the ANOVA and grade of mean. You see, grade of mean. 3 cluster, you feel confused. So cluster 1 is all of is average. Okay? But the cluster 2, they are better in handling. Right? Above average. Handling. But the cluster 3 is the green one, is better in acceleration. Okay? But cluster 1, they are all average. Okay? So depend on what kind of performance you care about. But maybe you tell me I care about the price. Okay? So I want to know how about this significant among this cluster, the price. Yes. And one way, now you just have a 3 level of cluster and compare the price. Depend variable, of course, is price, right? Price. And category is your cluster, right? Yes. That's what I mean from 3 variable or 2 variable. Important variable to do cluster is how many cluster? 3 cluster. And compare the price among 3 clusters. That's ANOVA work. Okay? Doesn't matter. This afternoon, I just want to show you all the procedure. Okay? 从组成的因素分析，然后从这个要因来分析，分析以后再用 ANOVA 来比较平均的差异，这是一种研究的路线，对吧？ This afternoon, I just show you choose important variable or based on PCA, EFA, define the importance criteria to clustering your sample size, your case, and then compare another variable, something like the price, annual income, okay, among this cluster. Okay, this is a research string, story string, just story string. Okay, we always find in our paper